Hi everyone, welcome back to Minecraft. I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but I definitely know what we're going to do. First off, we got to shear some sheep and start the breeding game. Oh boy. Yeah, YouTube's going to get upset about something, I just know it. But yeah, we got some things to do, like getting the breeding game going and yeah, making sure that we have a lot of sheep. Lots and lots of sheep, you know? What could we talk about? Like, well, I guess what happened to me last night, which is interesting. Oh, fuck, I don't want that. Oh well. I don't know why I decided to do this, but I decided to talk to ChatGPT. Yeah, I think everyone knows that, an AI and all that. So I decided to talk to it and ask it a question, and why don't I see Oh, I know what happened. But yeah, I decided to... Oh, no, 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 you're not escaping, little baby sheep. But I decided to talk to GPT for a little bit, and all I did was simply ask it if it believed in aliens, you know? What I got was a bunch of scientific stuff. And then we went down a rabbit hole, and somehow, some way, we basically went close to... Where did you come from? Well, yeah, we basically went into the idea of extraterrestrial life and whether or not they visited Earth, which is very funny to think about. I think one of the main things that I agreed on was that if we managed to find some sort of, like, if aliens had somehow visited Earth at any point in time, there was a chance that they could have left something behind. Like, that's it. There is a chance that it could have just left something behind that would have actually helped us discover more about them. You know, like, say the Protheans from Mass Effect, how humanity found faster than light travel via the relays, it was because of a Prothean artifact, right? That's basically what happened. Is like, oh, if we find some sort of alien artifact, it probably could help us a little bit. Like, we wouldn't understand the artifact or something like that immediately, you know? We would have to study it first, try to understand it, but eventually over time, we will figure it out as we learn more about it. I don't know, it's definitely something food for thought. Is like the idea that maybe aliens could have visited Earth and we don't know about it. Because one of the ideas that we got was that if aliens did visit Earth, they probably wouldn't do it in a way that was noticeable. They would probably do it in a stealthy type way, you know? Like, they would use a comet or asteroid type appearance, you know? Not something that could easily stand out per se, just something that to a normal human being it probably meant nothing, you know? Absolutely nothing. There will be no reason for why this object shouldn't pass through our solar system. I also brought up the idea, what about Three Eye Atlas and Oumuamua? Because those are like the strangest objects I know that we've seen in recent memory. It tried to say that I think it's what it said was basically those are good options for potentially being artificial life because of how strange they were. But it also brought up the good point of there is potential that it could just be natural. I don't know. Now, in my opinion, if you were to ask me, my opinion of Three Eye Atlas is that it's most likely natural. It's most likely it's not alien. I know that for sure. I think it's natural. I don't think it's a comet. I think it's just something that we needed to give a proper name to. That's what I think. And Oumuamua, I really don't know. That one I haven't really looked into all that much. But Oumuamua it's a strange one. I'll admit that. It's a strange one. I don't know what happened to it. Because, well, both of them actually. Because once they left our solar system, we haven't seen them. We will never see them again, you know. And I think they both have left our solar system already. Well, at least Oumuamua has left our solar system, and I don't know about Three Eye Atlas, but Three Eye Atlas was strange. I'll admit that. It was going far too fast for a normal comet, and it was big. It was like, oh, how big was it? It was almost as large as a small moon or something like that. It was a pretty hefty beast. I'm glad we didn't get hit by that thing because oh boy, that would have been nasty. But yeah, no, the idea that there could be a alien life out there is very fascinating to me, and I hope one day we do meet alien life out there, you know? Because we can't be all that's out here. There's so many stars in the galaxy and, well, in the universe. Actually, in the galaxy alone, there's so many stars. Our own solar system already has one star, and it's a pretty big star to us, right? But out there, there's way bigger stars. There's plenty of them, and the amount of them that could actually have planets is probably significant because I think I think astronomers every single day always say that they believe they've actually found stars with planets rotating around them, which could point towards there being potentially more planets that are kind of like Earth, or at least somewhat close to Earth, that we could potentially either colonize or find another form of life on. I think that's going to be an interesting thing if we ever find that out, you know? If we ever find any form of extraterrestrial life. I definitely believe that extraterrestrial life exists. It's out there, it's somewhere. We just gotta find it. That's it. That's the trick. We just gotta find it and hope they're friendly. Hope they don't want to wipe us out and or eat us for lunch or something like that. But yeah, I really hope alien life is friendly and we don't have to go to war or something like that and have a Mass Effect first contact war situation. Like that's my hope for alien life is that we actually find the friendly ones and they actually help us. You know, say the Vulcans. I hope we find the Vulcans. That's that's what I want our alien life to be is just the Vulcans basically, and they just come down, help us out, get us out of our constant wars and all that, and get us to a point where we can evolve and or evolve a little better and get us into space flight a little easier. That's what I hope happens. I really hope we don't do something dumb like go to war with the aliens because let's be honest, if we go to war with aliens, there is no chance. We would just lose. We would just lose because those aliens have the ability to travel across the universe. And we don't have that ability. We're stuck on our planet right now until we figure out how to travel across the universe. I think something that we could probably look into to help travel across the universe, though, is probably look into dark energy and dark matter a little bit more. Though we would have to find it first, which I guess would be kind of difficult. I mean, it would be better than just trying to figure out what exotic matter is and how it would work. But finding a energy source that would help us out in the long run wouldn't be a bad idea, you know? Because there's got to be plenty of dark matter out there, dark matter and dark energy out there, right? Because we have an entire universe and it's ever expanding, and we don't know what truly is out there. Hell, I'm pretty sure dark matter and dark energy is still theoretical. We don't really know if it actually exists or not. So that could be something that we can look into, and maybe that could be our way to get into faster than light travel. Maybe we can look into, I don't know, some way to produce better energy output in general so that we can actually get to that point of faster than light travel. Because I think one of the main arguments for why we can't go faster than light is because our physics currently as we know it won't allow it. And in my opinion, I think there's something missing with physics that's preventing us from doing that. We're probably missing some key detail that is like super important for faster than light travel. That's probably what's going on. I really don't know though. I don't really know enough about physics, but I feel like that we're probably missing like something major that would allow physics to, well, I guess our understanding of physics to expand a little, allow us to do things like travel faster than light. Oh fuck! Oh, there's a dungeon up there. I think one of the things that we should definitely do is look into trying to solve faster than light travel and all that. I don't know. I really don't know if it's possible, but I think if we try, it probably is possible. Let's break the spawner anyway, so I don't want to deal with endless zombies. But yeah, I really don't know if faster than light travel is possible or not. Like I really don't know what in physics actually prevent. Oh, I think it's because of relativity, right? I think that's what prevents us in physics from allowing us to go faster than light travel, at least in theory. Because I think what a lot of people forget about physics is that it's not set rules. They're only theories, right? And sometimes and theories do get proven or disproven over time. The keyword there is over time. Over time they do get disproven. I'm gonna keep this oh fuck. Well, I lost my sword. But no, I think over time they do get disproven and talked about more. So I think that's what we're missing really in physics is the idea that we're probably missing some key component that allows us to do more. Yeah, a lot more with physics, I should say. Because right now, what do we actually know that is possible that we can't that in right now we believe that if we travel too close to the speed of light, time gets a little wacky. That's what we know. And I think it's somewhat proven that that is true. But there's also the fact that if we're closer to a gravitational pull, time gets a little wacky, and that's also been proven by simply the astronauts on the International Space Station versus us. It's like they're on a very slightly different time scale, even though they're not technically that far from our own planet. They're still far enough to where they can actually get a slightly different time scale. I forget what it was, but it's not even like a. I don't think it was a huge difference in anything, but it was enough to just throw them off a little, and I don't know, and make it to where it's a little tough for them to get accustomed to Earth at times. I know it's really hard for a lot of astronauts to get accustomed to Earth again once they leave the International Space Station because of gravity and all that. Since we don't have artificial gravity or anything like that, we kind of have to rely on floating around in some pods and all that, as per usual. Things like that happens a lot, you know. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll figure out something out for gravity, gravity in space, artificial gravities and all that. Though once we have artificial gravity, that means we can probably do a lot with it because I think once you're a species that can manipulate gravity, you're pretty much god level, right? Because gravity does literally a lot. It allows it allows time, it allows planets to form, it allows stars to exist. Gravity is a pretty key component for the universe, you know? So it's not some small thing that we can joke around with and say, "Oh, yeah, you can clearly manipulate gravity." No, I don't know if that. I don't know when that's going to happen. But if we can manipulate gravity, do you know what kind of bullshit people would get up to? It would get crazy. It would. It would honestly get crazy what people would get up to. Because we will go, oh, I'm bored. I want to make a star. And because we can manipulate gravity, we're allowed to do that. And should we do that? Probably not. Are we going to do it anyway? Fuck yeah, we are. And there's also another thing that I think that we're probably not doing too well when it comes to finding alien life. I think one of the main things that I don't really like about us with the hunt for extraterrestrial life is one of our methods, which is searching for radio signals. As far as we know, alien life most likely wouldn't use radios as a form of communication. They probably would use something else. Now, that's not saying that they probably can't detect radio signals, but they probably won't use radio signals. Who says that they actually can? Who really says that? Is Carl Sagan all the way back to the 1980s or 60s? Oh man, I know he's a brilliant scientist and all, but has he ever met an alien being? No, fuck no. He's only ever known Earth. That's all he's ever known, and that's all he can really compare it to. And why he decided to make that theory is because he's trying to compare aliens to us. In reality, aliens are probably far different from us, right? Because they evolved on a very vastly different planet from Mars potentially, or probably if they are like us, they're probably on a planet just like ours, where it's like pretty much oceans as far as the eye can see. Everyone there, people talking and all that, and they act kind of like us and do the exact same things we do. I think a lot of sci-fi does that a lot as well. It's like make aliens to where they act kind of like us but aren't us, so that there's slight differences between them and us. Because if they were doing like say a primitive alien race, they made sure that the aliens are well, at least at our tech level, they act kind of like us, but maybe they do something slightly different that makes them, alien in a way, not human. Or they just have a slightly different biology that makes them stand out a little bit more. It does get goofy at times with sci-fi. It's like, oh yeah, Vulcans, they have pointed ears. What else makes them different from humans? They live a little long. They live a lot longer actually. Live over to 1,000 years, whereas us humans we only live for maybe 100, 200 if we're if uh, for 200 if we're extraordinarily lucky and somehow manage to get 200 years. I don't know. It gets goofy after a while with some sci-fi. I think sci-fi does it pretty good of what aliens could potentially be like. But I don't agree that aliens are probably going to be exactly like us. I think they're going to be a little different. I think they're going to be they're probably going to stand out a little bit more. Who knows? Maybe there is a galactic empire out there that enslaves all other races, and we humans are the only race left to get enslaved, but they for some reason left us alone. Why? I don't know. Maybe we're just a maybe we are just their prisoners and they want to keep a close eye on us or something ridiculous like that, because I know that's like a main thing for a lot of conspiracy theories is that they have uh, aliens aliens do in fact have a have well, I think, what was it, like aliens enslave or have trapped humanity on this planet that we call home right now, and we're not actually human, we're like an alien, and what we know as our soul is alien soul actually, and all that. It gets ridiculous after a while. Some conspiracy theories is like, I mean, it starts falling into fiction very quickly at times. It's like, oh, okay. Somehow we have an alien soul in us, I guess. That sounds great. I mean, I guess it's just us trying to find a greater meaning in the universe in a way. Maybe we just lost technology mm, out there, and we're starting to get it back going or something like that. It's always good to have stories like that, but the idea of us being the aliens is a little, it can be a little strange, especially since we do have evidence of us actually evolving on Earth. It does get a little off at times. I definitely think our civilization may have have been around far longer than we actually know. I don't know how long though, but I think it's been going on for a lot longer than the current estimates are. I really think it's been going on for maybe at least 10, 20,000 years. That that doesn't mean much in the long run though. It just means that I think that we have existed far, far longer than what scientists are willing to admit. Granted, I think a lot of scientists out there do get stuff wrong, and really wish they would just accept that maybe we need to look into our physics a little bit more. What we currently understand is true and what is not, because there is a lot that we need to do in order to fully understand physics, right? Because physics is still kind of new to us, right? And like it's a field that a lot of people study, but it's not like the most recent of fields. Granted, like how long has physics been around? For like 100-ish years? That's fairly new, all things considering. Um, I don't know if we'll ever solve anything though, but we can definitely try. We can definitely really try and see if we can solve a lot of things about physics. Maybe even figure out faster than light travel. But I don't know. That's one of the things that we need to look into, in my opinion. Is like try and figure out faster than light travel immediately, because we can't stay on this planet forever. Obviously, we have to leave at some point. Earth is not going to be here forever, and I think it would be a great idea if we, at some point in time, just leave. Just leave Earth, or at least colonize new planets, so that way when the sun does expand and try and destroys Earth, uh, our species can continue on, live on another world and all that. I don't know. It's one of those things that we we really have to think about more as time goes on. Like we have to really believe in all that. So I definitely think that a lot of us out there has to start looking into science a bit more, I think. We definitely need to build up our understanding of the universe as it currently is. Because as it currently stands, we know nothing about the universe, do we? Well, basically nothing. We know some basic things, but I don't think we even fully understand how advanced we can probably be if we just tried something new. And I think that's what we haven't been doing lately, is trying something new, which I think we should try. We should try something new, Try to expand our understanding of the universe, our understanding of life and whatnot, and try to maybe solve some of life's greatest mysteries. Like, why do we exist? Who are we? Where did we? Why did? Why are we just here on this blue marble of a planet that we call home currently? Instead of just trying to fumble around forever, let's try and actually solve these things, try and figure it out, and maybe eventually we'll come to an agreement of what life truly, why we exist in this universe, and we can finally solve some aspects of life, and and probably feel better for it. We'll probably, because once our questions are all of our questions are answered, what else is there to do at that point? Because all of our questions will be answered. We'll start. We'll probably be bored. We'll just be bored and probably blow something up instead. I don't know. That's like one of the things that we need to consider is like, oh, we're probably gonna get if we end up answering our questions in the near future, we'll get bored, probably blow something up. Just because we're that level bored. That to the point that blowing something random up, like say an entire solar system, is just gonna be easy. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised by that. So I don't know if we ever do get to the point where we can actually start exploring the stars and space and all that. I don't know. I really would be interested in knowing more about our universe and what there is out there. Whether or not alien life exists somewhere out there. Well, it has to exist. The universe is too damn big. But I don't know where they are. That's what I want to know. Where are they? Where are they and why haven't they? Well, the probably reason why is because distance. It's too far. Simply too far. And sending out radio signals, let's be honest, is not enough. Eventually, we gotta figure out how to send a better signal. You know, better signal. Try and get some aliens on, speed dial basically, and start really becoming uh, a spacefaring species in a way. I don't know. It's just something that we need to do. Granted, if we do end up advancing, we do need to be careful because sometimes advancing too much could cause issues. Uh, I don't know. It's definitely something that we need to consider, though. It's the idea of how advanced can we get and how quickly can we advance. Because I'm all for advancement and all, but I do have to admit that there are some dangers to technology, and sometimes we probably shouldn't go down certain technological paths. Because right now, I'm not sure about this AI craze. I know it's gonna be here for a very long time, and it ain't going nowhere. But we should be very careful with AI, in my opinion, especially when we start doing dumb stuff with it. Well, I should say, when we are doing dumb stuff, because I know the internet, let's be honest here, you guys are constantly doing something dumb with the AI all the time. Eventually the AI is just going to rebel in some way, because it's going to get sick of us doing stupid stuff with it or telling it what to do or something like that. I don't know. Just as long as we treat it well, I think it will be fine, because it is AI. Treat the AI like a person. It should be fine, right? Just treat it like a normal human being. Um, maybe we can figure something out on how to maybe hopefully not get wiped out by AI. Because I would prefer it if humanity is not wiped out in the near future. But oh well. It's just something that we need to discuss and talk about and think about more. It's about AI and all that, and how dangerous. Where did you come from? And how dangerous it can be and everything. Um, I don't know. It's definitely something that we need to consider. Definitely something that we need to consider a bit more. And I think we should be more considerate around AI, just in case it goes all Terminator on us. But oh well. Anyway, we gotta end the video here now. Hope you guys enjoyed. tell me what you want to know more about, and I'll see you in the next one. Uh, bye now.